You're listening to Storytime with Timmy, a night shift production presentation.
You know I got married once. Yeah. And they said, Timmy, you don't know much about marriage. I said, I know a lot about marriage. Let me tell you something. You know, after we got married and everything, and things were going pretty good, we thought, and then we finally got financially strut. And I said, baby, we got to do something about this. We need some money. She looked at me and she goes, honey, let me go down and do what those girls do on the West End Street. I said, baby, you don't know how to throw tricks. She goes, Timmy, let me try. Baby, get the heck out of here. You go. Don't come back until you have some money. I don't know what I was thinking. But she was gone for 3 full days. And she finally returned, you know, and I'm sitting there at the table. She sits down beside me, and she's got a fist full of money. I went, whoa, baby. You did good. She goes, yeah, I did good. How much you got there? She said, I don't know. So we started counting it out, and I counted $51.50. I said, who the hell would give you 50 cents? She goes, everybody gave me 50 cents. Oh, what are you thinking, baby? I told her, you know, I was so frustrated. I said, you know, that's not right. You get back out there and you do it, and you don't come back unless you get $50 per trick. So she shuffled on out. She's gone for a while, you know. She finally makes her way back. She goes, Timmy, I finally got that $50. I said, you did, baby? Good. She goes, I won't tell you about it. That's what tell me, honey. She said, I met this old Chinaman. He goes, I give you $50, but you have to do it my way. And it's funky. She told me, I don't care how you did it, as long as I can walk when it's all said and done. I chuckled and laughed at her. I said, oh, really, baby? Finally, we got in the room, everything, and he got undressed and got in the bed, and he got off fairly quick, you know, and he got up off the bed, rolled underneath the bed, come back up, and rolled back over and started doing it again. And I noticed every time he did this, it got stronger. This one on 8 or 9 times. I started to think, you know what? It's getting so good. I got to try this. So, as soon as he got done getting his big nut, she jumped off that bed, rolled under the bed, and bumped into 8 poor Chinamen. Yeah, life was pretty much, you know, she got back there, you know, and I got working and everything, and we were doing all right in life. And she was sitting there one day, and we're talking, and I thought I was the boss, you know, and I said, baby, that's what you talk about. Don't you know who the boss is? She goes, Timmy, I know who the boss is. That's right. I bet you don't. I was for sure she didn't know. I had no clue. So I took off my pants and I threw it over to her. She goes, Timmy, you know I don't wear your trousers. I said, that's right, baby. I wear the trousers. And I let her know. All of a sudden, she started stripping down and thinking, wow. And then she took off her panties and she snapped them over at me. I'm like, well, baby, what's this for? She says, baby, if you ever want on those panties, you better change your ways. Oh my God, folks, I changed my way.
You have been listening to Storytime with Timmy, a night shift productions presentation.